Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Self-Found Friends. We're doing a duo today, the old classic duo, Wolfdar and myself. And the difference is, this time we're in Valius, baby. That's right. Ice-clad ocean. I've never hunted here.
We're good to go in the tower if you want to, I think. What?
What,
35.
what do you
Yeah.
mean tower? What tower?
Our frozen shadow.
Oh, yeah, we could. The thing is, we probably would have to get a group in there, right? Because it's gonna be
Let's go.
packed.
Let's go to the docks. I think on live you can bind there. I don't know if you can here, but you can bind at the docks. I think maybe,
Okay.
but I know you can bind. But I think you might be able to bind me here.
Should I? Should I commit? I'm bound to the pots right now.
Well, you can bind wherever. It don't matter. Stay at the pots. But
We're gonna move my camera. Let's
well,
cover the
it wouldn't
map.
be very far. I
Eh,
think I'm bound in
what do we
comments. I'm not
cover?
sure. Let me see where I'm
Cover
at.
my spells? Yeah, that's a good spot right there, right? How's
Ready
that?
to fade dark.
Let's fix this camera schlinkle here. There we go. That's better. So, apparently there's some earrings that drop off the cats around here. There's dire wolves that are right up to the maximum level that I can charm. So, another thing though is that, I mean, if we hunt out here, I can charm an animal, which will do wonders for our DPS, you know? But, and
Yeah,
here,
let's go over and see what at the docks. I'll bind
okay.
at the docks if we can bind there.
Tower of Frozen Shadow. Are there any merchants or anything there?
Yeah,
Okay.
the 10 slot container merchant over here.
Ooh, very nice. Is there a bank there?
No, he's not a bank, but
Wait, they sell a 10 slot container there?
yeah,
What size?
giant, I think.
What?
I thought it was you who told me about that, Drax. Must have been someone else.
Definitely
It was
not me.
me. It's called is it a toolbox? Deluxe toolbox.
Hmm.
I thought Deluxe Toolbox was only 8 slot.
It's supposed to be 10.
I think it's 8 on here. I don't know about the one that's sold there, but I've bought some like near Steam Farm before.
Gnomish pirate.
It was 8 slot.
Deluxe toolbox. 10 capacity, size giant. One flat.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Where are you? I gotta zoom in on my map. Are you in the camp of the Gnomish pirates? Is that where we're going?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Are you
so
KOS?
I don't know. I better click off invis and find out.
You shouldn't be. I think they're neutral.
They are amiable with me.
That's,
They love me around here. Alright. I guess I should try binding here.
come over to the docks. I think on live you can bind at the docks. I don't know if they made it like that here.
I've never hunted in this zone, guys. All the stuff I did in here, I was already pretty high on P99. Same in back in the day on live, I just went straight to Velks. So I'm gonna pause it until we get started. Cool. Alright guys, we're getting right into it. Here I am charming a cougar. There's Korvac already fighting a cougar. Let's
Did
give
you
him
make a
a
pet?
haste. I did.
Well, make him do something then.
Should probably pull up my spell tracker so I can keep track of these hastes and whatnot. And also whatever other buffs I might throw out, such as regen. Let's take off Envenom Breath. Let's not dot. Let's pull up regen for Korvac here. And for myself, obviously. There we go. So apparently these cougars can drop some earrings that give you some strength and some dex, which is very nice for us. I'm gonna try to buff Korvac as we go. But I gotta candy dance a bit first. Getting some lag now. So here we are in Velius, boys. I'm kind of excited now. I wasn't excited when it first dropped, but now I am. It's like a pack of cougars.
Watch out. Bring him.
Did I get an ad? I didn't give the pet any weapons yet. Alright, now, it'd be nice to have a slow, but I mean, I guess I'll drop the nuke for a slow for the moment. Detrimental, slow, walk and sleep. I'm gonna slow the one that's we're not killing right now. Oh no.
Oh shit! What?
I tab targeted.
They're right.
Can you get away? What's gonna happen? Will the guards kill him or anything?
No. But
Do
we
they
are
have
on
lazy
Quarm.
aggro?
We might be able to do that.
Is it like Kunark? They got the lazy aggro going on?
I'm gonna find out.
Alright, let's stop and
The
see.
lives wearing off. So.
Oh, they're still coming.
If you guys are near the docks, there's a translocator to North Row. Docks.
Oh, okay. So head back to the docks then, circle around. Well, this is a great start, guys. I just did the stupidest thing ever. It better work, because I got like 7 cougars here. Good thing we found here. Oh wait, but you can't gate, so what are you gonna do, Wolftar? You can't
You can
gate
use the
back.
translocator to just zone North Row.
Which one's the translocator? Oh, he's back here. I made it. Uh-oh. Did you make it?
Yeah.
Whoa, dude, what if you didn't make it and you died? You could have ended up in a death loop. So that's cool. Being bound there, you can actually get to the tunnel pretty easy.
Yep.
Alright, guys. Pause it. Alright, guys. Getting back into it. We just got started, and literally before my pet even did anything at all, I had a charm break, so working on that at the moment. He's rooted. We're gonna pull up our slow here. And we're gonna reroute this ad here. We're gonna slow this guy. Regen's about to drop. Oof. Gotta do some candy dancing. Waiting for the root to wear off of the charmed pet. So he can go help Korvac, who desperately needs his DPS. Let's hit this one with the slow too. Alright, looks like we're getting going here. Getting in the rhythm a bit. Hopefully we can get ourselves some earrings. Oh, we need a regen. Okay, that's what we're missing here. Regen. I think we need to hit the door first. And now our own selves, and that's going to put our mana way down. There's one coming up on your right we can do next. Tap pet to guard over there. I'm gonna hit this guy with a slow. There we go. Let's see if he comes for me if I sit. He does not. Very nice. Did I haste my pet? Let's see. No, I did not, so let's do that. You still have haste?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We ripped through that one. So we're getting going here. Hasted, dual-wielding pet. Almost like we're an enchanter that can heal. It's amazing. It's amazing. Let's tell him to follow.
Getting ready to get ads with Marlak.
Yeah. Don't worry. My pet's hasted, dual-wielding. We're going to kill him fast anyway.
Okay.
Oh, we got our HP at 100. Can't do that. No siree. Gotta get dancing.
Okay, yeah. Just made the... He's going real fast.
Yeah. Could even break that camp if we wanted. We could each root one.
Well, I could try the soothe first.
So let's see our percentage here. I don't know why. I don't know. Remember putting my windows in the places they're at on this character. My health is all the way to the side. I usually have it in the middle, but I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Got another one here. says we're doing 73% an hour. We're about to ding 38. This is awesome. And look at how close we are to home. We take that translocator back to North Row, and then we run through Oasis, and then we run through the other South Row, and then we're back on the swamp. We could easily run back home. This is going to be a great place to be.
I'll get Sue the chat.
What was that? Are you gonna try this? Okay, good idea. There's only 2 there right now, right? Must still be 1 down from before.
3.
Oh, okay. So we're hitting them with slows.
You don't need no stinking couriers on.
Guess not. I don't know if Charm Animal's different though. Here we go. Got some candy dancing done there. Now we gotta make sure we loot them all. See if we get... Oh, look at these. Cougar skins are stackable. But I'm assuming it's only of each quality. Dude, XP's pretty good.
Yep.
We're almost to the point where we can start nuking or something as well. Because our mana's... We're gaining mana even though we're slowing and whatnot. Let me know when your haste drops. I'm not using my timer right now. Maybe I should turn it on though. Let's try that. Let's turn it on. I'm just too busy. Okay, desktop. Quarm tools. Where's the... Where is it? There it is. So we're at 95%. We're about to hit 38. It says we're doing 70% an hour, which is redonkulous. And another low quality skin. Wow. Do these guys only drop low quality, no ruined? Is that what's going on here? We don't even have to heal Korvac at the moment, it seems like. Uh-oh. That was some serious lag right there. Alright, we got our spell window up here, but now I gotta mess with the filters. This is almost not worth it, my friends. Okay, where's the settings? Quarm tools, watch charm break, boom. Crack, 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 crack. Timers, edit. Save. Where's the filters option? Spell filters. Oh, we got everything on, so whatever. It's probably just because nothing's really been cast for a while. Let's try this. I think NPCs is not on, which is... Oh, there we go. Yeah, that worked. Alright, let's give Korvac a heal since we got the mana for it. There we go. We got aggro for a second there. Let's get in there and just pierce him a little bit. There we go. Need new haste, I bet, by now.
Yeah, just wait till I net up a little bit.
There ain't no more cats left in this place. We slaughtered them all. Where are those guys that drop that outer scan stuff? And is that also near some cats we could kill too?
There's a few cats over there, but there's mostly those little storm things.
Oh, I think I got an eyelash in my eye.
Zoned in.
Messing with my contact.
And when you're ready.
Dervishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we want to focus the cats, try to get those earrings, huh?
Yeah, pretty good. Wolf fang earring, pretty good too, I guess.
Huh. Well, he doesn't need a heal, but I'm gonna throw him one because I'm at full mana. Alright, let's see if the spell tracker catches this. Yep, there we go. Let's make sure the pet's coming with. I always make that mistake where I have the pet guarding and then I move along and...
Yeah, the repop.
I wonder if it's even worth slowing these guys or if I should just be nuking them. This one I'll slow because it'll last for the duration of the whole fight. There we go. Look at that, dude. We're ripping it up. We are ripping it up. Nice.
There are some quests involved with these things in this area. There's some decent items.
Huh. Have to research it later. Seems like they don't drop ruined pelts, they only drop low quality. That's like the lowest they'll drop here.
Yeah, I think there might be quest items.
Okay. Charm break. Uh-oh. Root landed but instantly broke, which is interesting. Throw the malaise back on him. Charm him. And then we gotta go slow this puppy here. For Korvac.
Is he rooted?
Pet's rooted, yeah. Probably not much longer though. Oh baby, look at that DPS. Okay, like I don't remember this dock at all. Like I literally know nothing about Velius, you guys. I feel like I just know how to get from the Great Divide port in to Vector's Labyrinth. That's it. So if those are repops, should we head back towards the other place with the little 3 spawn and everything? There's probably a bunch of cats there now, right?
Yep. Seems like they don't have as many on this island as they do on Live.
I got one here. I'm gonna pull it with slow. Alright, we actually gotta watch our mana right now, because after that recharm, we're a bit low, relatively speaking. We might be getting some ads here. Oh, okay. Good, I rooted one. I thought it was going to aggro another, but it didn't.
They're only threatening, so their aggro radius is smaller.
Oh, that's how that works? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay, I gotta give the dwarf regen, and then we gotta give ourselves regen, and then we're gonna be like out of mana. First, we're probably gonna ding on this kill here actually. Let's pay attention to that. Ding-a-ling-ling, level 38.
Correct.
Cat's already getting to work over here.
You get that medium quality.
Both of those are slowed. Ooh, that was no drop. Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta start candy dancing. We're down to 11% mana. Our HP is not full though, so we're not gonna be able to get it up that high. But we need enough to throw Wolf Dart maybe like one heal. He's down to 60% HP right now. Look at us just ripping through cats. This is cool. This is a nice little grind. This is a decent solo grind as well. One more candy. We don't want to get our HP too low, because charm breaks and whatnot. But that was good. Alright, we hit level 38, boyos. Easy grind. Oh, charm break. Not good. Oh god. It's okay, it's okay, I rooted it. We're not gonna malaise right now. Not only because we don't have the mana, but I think the malaise still has a ways to go, so there we go. I think one of the reasons I'm able to hold charm so well is because the malaise, it takes a lot more magic resist off than the Tash, I think.
Yeah. So I need to make a shaman then, I guess.
On THJ,
Or
you
the,
mean?
or the mage. Or the mage.
Oh
No,
yeah, mage
here.
has it too. Yeah. Oh, to go with my enchanter, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weapon there. 920, 930 there. Plus damage bonus at 3. What?
Well, don't give it to this bet. He's already loaded. Alright, we're definitely in recover mode here. Alright, just to make sure I don't get beat up, I'm gonna put myself away from the pet. I got to med up a bit. Feel free to pull though, if you see anything. I think we cleared all the cats like twice as fast that time. I guess that's impossible, right? Because they only respawn as fast as you killed them before. Pretty much.
Yeah, really.
I just turned on my spell tracker, so all the buffs I gave you, I don't have on track, so feel free to let me know if they drop. Alright, let's hit the assist button. Let's set it to Korvac. Oh, cancel. Oh my god. I was adjusting my assist key when Charm broke, and I'm like, oh no, and I hit clear, and then I hit save, so I just completely deleted my assist key, basically. Luckily, I type fast, so it only takes a moment to pause one. Dude, you gotta
Yeah,
be kidding me.
you're almost to the level where you could fight with a mage. You could right now, actually.
You mean, and get XP?
Yeah. I'll be doing like the same type stuff.
What level's your mage?
But, well, mage won't work because you can't stack mallow.
Hmm. What level is it, though?
I don't know. Probably 39.
Okay. Cause yeah, I've got you know, the wizard too, and I've been loving the monk, so, and my necro. I love them all, dude. I love them all. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Ooh, high quality. Are those as rare here as they were before?
This is for some kind of quest, I thought, for sure.
Here's one over to the left. Well, guys, I got big plans. I'm looking forward to doing the orc fort, killing those snow orcs, getting into crystal caverns, cruising around in
Yeah, I heard
there.
some really nice quests for self-found people in this expansion.
We gotta research them then. Sounds fun. I already started in on the next one. I already started on the next one. If you want a med, by the way, feel free. Like, just hit the mob once and then you can sit down.
Okay.
So, forgive me. This will be a first, but I'm looking for something to talk about and my mind has been chewing on it, right? I haven't really known what to think about
There's
these tariffs.
still two under his tree over here.
And, I haven't done almost any research, but I was talking about it with some coworkers today, and it got my mind spinning, so I watched a video or two, and I was digesting it, and thoughts were coming up. So if you don't mind, and please don't get angry with me if you disagree with me, even though I don't even really have a position yet. If you think you might disagree with me and that causes you anger, please put it aside. Um, but I was thinking, I was talking with my friends, and they're like, tariffs are never a good thing. And I can agree with that, because tariffs basically just a tax from the government, right? So it's like these two private parties are trying to trade with each other, and the government's like, oh, if you guys trade with each other, you gotta pay us extra money, right?
Huh, where did that one come from?
Right behind you. So, Okay.
Did that just pop right there, or what, or something? Or it just came over the hill?
I might have just popped. Yeah, I can't remember if I really popped, because my map is up in that corner of the screen, so I don't really know if it popped or if it walked in. So one of my coworkers is like, tariffs are bad for everybody. It's like people are supposed to specialize. Like, I'm good at this, you're good at that. You do what you're good at, I'm do what I'm good at. And we trade with each other. We shouldn't be infringing upon that at all. And I'm like, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that idea. However, that's an argument against tariffs in general, and it's not an argument against the tariffs that were currently imposed, right? And that's an important distinction to make, because if they are tariffing us, if they're making our businesses or businessmen pay a tariff, and we were not tariffing them, a reciprocal tariff seems like a fair thing to do. I mean, I know the world is used to, perhaps, we don't pay tariffs to the U.S. and we make the U.S. pay tariffs to us. They might be used to that, and things have been working that way, and they might even justify it as like, well, you're so developed, you have such a powerful economy, so you can handle it, blah, 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 blah. However, a deal's a deal, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with going for a fair deal in a general principle. Of course, things like this are not just general principles. So there's one aspect to where it's like, yeah, a lot of people, I think, perhaps are arguing against tariffs in general and using that as an argument against Trump imposing these particular tariffs. And if and I say if because I really honestly am not sure, but if we're being tariffed, right, and we were not tariffing them, and now we're imposing reciprocal tariffs, that's just fair. That's just fair. And I'm not saying that's what should be done, because as I said, I'm still digesting and thinking about this issue.
See, you walked right next to that.
And then he came after you. I guess because you were in combat, so the aggro radius is bigger.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you still have haste?
They may not even attack if you don't attack them. Oh no, I lost haste.
Right, so it's at least fair. Okay, now
He
another
basically walked right next to you, right behind you, and didn't aggro. So
are the tariffs going to accomplish what Trump is hoping that they will accomplish? Right? Are they going to make businesses move back to the United States? My instinct is the moving production to another country is a huge endeavor, and it's got to be a long-term decision. And Trump's only in office for 4 years, so chances are that businesses are just going to wait it out. So it's not going to accomplish that per se.
it's on mid a little bit.
I don't listen to much podcasts. I used to listen to one podcast and I stopped, but I recently tuned into an episode of it. And it's the Dark Horse podcast with Brett Weinstein and his wife, Heather Weinstein. And I really like the way they think things through and come to conclusions. So that's the one I can actually enjoy and sit through. And I watched the recent podcast where they're talking about it, and they pointed out that someone had discovered that a simple formula that accurately predicted all of the tariffs. All of them. They did a scatter chart, with the dots on the chart, and an X and Y axis, and their map was exactly right on. And it was something as simple as deficit divided by imports or exports or something like that, right? Some really simple, straightforward formula, which is one of the reasons that some people are saying, oh my god, did they use AI to generate their tariffs? Like, if you were serious about tariffs, here's the argument he made.
Whipping on that one.
You would they would be more custom tailored to each particular situation. And he was pointing out how Madagascar has the largest tariff, and it's because the deficit is so big. Americans are not, or they're not buying anything from America because they're super poor. Like people live on like $200 a month over there, so they don't buy anything from us, and we buy all of our vanilla and a lot of our clothes from them, which is for us is a small amount of trade, but it results in a huge deficit, which gives them an extremely high tariff. Now, if you're serious about these tariffs, you would see that and you would adjust for the particular situation, but they did not adjust at all. So this kind of implies that Brett Weinstein thinks that this implies that the tariffs are not exactly real. They're just kind of a bludgeon to be like, boom, I mean business, now come and talk and let's figure out, get people to negotiate to whatever end he wants to negotiate to, right? I just forgot what spell I was trying to mem. I'm sure it'll come back to me in a second. Oh, it would be Sao. So anyway,
Yeah, see?
another teacher weighed in. He's like, these tariffs are ridiculous, but he was also complaining about how much his stocks dropped. So uh, he's kind of like a frat boy, kind of trust fund frat boy who's just here for fun in China. So I don't put as much stock into what he had to say because I feel like it wasn't as thought out. He was actually a Trump supporter, but then sort of changed his mind recently, maybe because of the tariffs, because it affects him personally. So when something affects you personally in the negative, like it negatively impacts your financials, you have a big incentive to view it negatively from a moral standpoint or whatever principled standpoint. You start to find reasons that it's not good, right? Makes sense, right? So, but he pointed out that but Trump's being totally ridiculous because even Vietnam offered to equalize the trade, so there would be no trade deficit, and Trump said no. So at the time, I didn't say anything because this is all new to me.
Look
I
at the
don't really
bad
know.
camp up there. He's a single spawn that spawns right there. And you don't move.
Oh, nice. So at first, but then we went for a walk, and like I think 15 minutes later, after he said that, I was thinking, I was like, wait, how does a country promise to balance out the trade deficit? Like, people are doing business of their own accord, right? It's not the government. It's private citizens doing business, right? They're buying from America and or selling to America privately. So when you promise to equalize the amount of import and export from to and from your and their country, how do you promise that? Are you going to force people to either buy or not buy from that particular country? And I'm like, is Vietnam communist? That like the government would step in like that? And then I'm like, oh wait, duh, they kind of are, right? Because we lost the Vietnam War and stuff, right? So kind of like the communist one. Got a charm break, but I'll be all right. And then one of my other coworkers said, well, what they plan to do is just reduce how much they buy from America. That's how they're gonna fix it to equalize it out. Ooh, a resist on my charm, not good.
What's the cooldown on that?
It's coming back right now.
The druids. That's why the druids are rough on Charmin, because until you get to the mid 50 ones, that cooldown, one of them cooldowns is like 20 seconds.
Oh, jeez. So anyway, I'm digesting it, and I'm more just watching at this point. I'm curious to see where it's going to go from here, where Trump's going to take it from here. Because I think it's part. I kind of agree with Brett Weinstein. I think it's part of a larger plan that I haven't looked into anything enough to even have an opinion. Man, I don't even have an opinion. Remember, what's his name, Marlin or something from Pulp Fiction? Now that I'm 38, some of these are light blue. This is only the second light blue though, so not so many, but some. All right, let's
Yeah.
make sure we still got haste going on. Yep, we do. We're not gonna slow. this one. What level is Korvac? Let's see. He's anonymous. What level are you, and why are you anonymous?
I'm level 37. 36, but I will be 37.
Okay.
Right, I believe. Less than 10%. Like 8.
Alright, so we're gonna get both of us a ding on this one, it would seem.
I'm always anonymous.
So anyway, just sharing stuff I've been thinking about, that's all. Another thing that I found out recently that's apparently happened a long time ago was this guy, was it Tommy Robinson or something? He's a reporter from England, and he's apparently gotten censored pretty hardcore for trying to report about this government cover-up of this situation with an abusive student at a school who happened to be Muslim. And so when someone finally responded, he was threatening to rape students, and he was hitting girls in school, multiple instances of just attacking girls, even stabbing people, like cutting the skin, stabbing. It was a 15-year-old boy, you know. And then finally he's talking to another boy. He says he's going to
That
rape his
actually, I
9-year-old
probably
sisters.
went anonymous like a long time ago. Like, I was getting like tails. Those tanks, I was getting tails back whenever I went anonymous. But you want a tank for us? You want a tank for us? Over here or
Oh, yeah.
wherever?
I think I remember you mentioning that. And apparently, finally that brother responded, and he and a couple friends held the kid down. They poured water all over his face, almost like, you know, waterboarding, but it's like one bottle of water. You know what I mean? Not that bad. But anyway, the media didn't like that. They called the boy who did that a racist, and they squashed all evidence to the contrary. They bribed people, they blackmailed people, and so this reporter made a whole documentary about it, and then he was not allowed to release said documentary, and he did anyway. So then he's now in jail. So I don't know. I couldn't believe it when I heard about this. I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, maybe this is not news to any of you, right? But it is to me, because I don't really watch the news too much. Honestly, I apologize, Classic, if you're watching. I haven't even been watching your videos. I watched the beginning of them, but I just what I do is I've been listening to scary story channels, people who read scary stories written by like Reddit users. I don't know why that's where I've been getting my rocks off lately, but it is. And apparently I'm not the only one with a wane in tastes for the Everquest content, because views are down, my friends. Views are down on these videos as well, which I can totally understand. I'm not making great content. I know that. I mean, I know you. So I got some fans out there, and I really appreciate you guys' appreciation. However, even though you enjoy watching and you're happy that I post these videos, you can agree it's not the greatest content, right? Not even just in terms of production value,
Aha!
but also in terms of like my narration. I'm just not as much to say. Look at me
Earrings.
reaching into politics. Ooh, nice. Should we roll for it? I think you should get it first one.
Okay.
because you're the tank. You kind of need those stats more than I do. Definitely slowing down a little bit with the light blues. Alright, so we got one earring. Did you loot it?
Yeah. I
Can
looted
you
it immediately.
can you link it? Let's see the earrings that we're after. Let me show you guys. I think it has AC too, which is huge, especially for the tank, right? Cougar Claw earring, 4 AC, 3 strength, and 2 dex. It's nice. It's just the beginning of our upgrades from Velius. I'm gonna face tank this one, and I'm gonna bring it over. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna get in there and just gonna hit him once. There we go. I'm gonna let Wolfdar not even know that we have a mob here. Oh, pet has no more haste. Let's remedy that situation. Which means Wolfdar has no more haste, so let's remedy that situation. And I think Wolfdar also has no more regen, so let's also remedy that situation. You don't have sound anymore, do you?
No, I'm on J boots.
Okay. And let's give ourselves some regen as well. And we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon here, maybe in like 15-20 minutes. Let's see how long this recording is. What's getting up there? Why not? Just a nice chill background video while you're at work, right? Okay, so our malaise spell just wore off of the charm pet. It's got 3 more minutes left on the charm if it holds. I can see the duration potential of the charm spell, which is cool. And there we go. Okay, let's root him. There we go. Malaise. We barely have the mana for this. Shoot, he resisted my malaise. That's very much not good. He resisted it again. Dude, this is not good. I'm almost out of mana here. We gotta do some hardcore candy dancing. And quick. Okay, we're gonna wait for the next mana tick. We're gonna try another malaise here. Boom, that one
You
worked.
can't come back.
I got him. I'm gonna be out of mana though, here. I got 7 mana. Whew. Well, at least we pulled off the regeneration. We got a nice fresh regeneration, so that'll last a good while. The charm game. Are those lore? Let me see. They are not lore. I've got a new ergonomic keyboard and ergonomic mouse, and it's causing me to screw up a lot. It's much harder to use this mouse. I'm still not used to it, to be honest. Let's get 1 pierce in here so that we get full XP. There we go. Wolfies.
Rooted.
No.
Rooted.
Oh, I have enough mana for this charm. But that's about it. Oof. Having some bad luck with the charms. Had a bad time. Forget what I was even talking about now. But yeah, when I'm off camera, I'm gonna do some research as to what we can aim for here. I tried to. I went to P99's wiki and I was like, oh, Valius pre-raid gear, but it was all like the absolute best pre-raid gear you could get. It had like the 6 neck from the dragons and stuff, and I'm like, well, that's not really what I meant. You know, I'm doing stuff I can get on my level 38 shaman. Alright, we're gonna canny down a bit because we need to have that mana in case we get another charm break. Did you ding yet?
Yeah. Just thing.
Nice. Yeah, I hear Tower of Frozen Shadow is just a clusterfuck. People
Yeah, it's pretty
arguing.
rough.
Have you been in there?
Yeah, I've been in there before.
I mean, on Quarm.
Yeah, on Tiki it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I heard people getting pretty angry at each other and stuff.
Yeah, it's a disaster zone is what it is. But it can be fun though. You get out now.
What level are the Geonids in the Geonid caverns? They're like mid-40s, is that right?
Yeah, something like that. You mean in Awakening Lands? Or there's some Geonids down there in there's a
Crystal
few of them
Caverns.
in Crystal Caverns, yeah.
I was thinking of the Awakening Lands ones, outside of Kale.
Yeah, they're probably mid 40s or something like that.
And the ones in the Crystal Cavern are less, right? Like 30s.
Yeah, high 30s, maybe to 40 or something.
Well, while we're just chilling for a minute, why don't I drop regen? Oh, health is gonna drop, but let me just give Wolfdar a Sow. It's better than the J boots. I think he'll appreciate it. I know I do. And then we're gonna pull out our HP buff. Let's get our max HP cranked up again. His as well as mine. Since we're finally recovering a bit here.
Candy a little bit if you want to.
Okay. Nice and smooth. Whatever lag I was having earlier seems to be gone. There we go. We got all of our mana back pretty much here. I think Wolfdar's got full mana too, so he's gonna heal us up a bit while we can here. you mana. Alright, let's give him an AC buff. Let's have the pet follow and let's go with him. Alright, well, mana goes quick. But we got a bunch of HP, so we can just canny it back. Looks like this whole mountain's repopping now. Let me make sure I did in fact give pet haste. Yes, I did. Let's pull this one with a slow, because we're almost done with the one we're fighting right now. Let's hit him just once.
Dude.
Rooted. Alright. Oof, a lot of casting going on. Soon we're gonna have to cast Regen again, so we gotta chill a bit. We're right in the thick of things. 21% into level 38, that's pretty good. Considering that we kinda just dinked, right? Malaise just dropped, so could get a charm break, who knows. Charm itself is supposed to have another 5 potential minutes. Let's loot some of these corpses and see what we got going on. Another low quality. Nothing. And probably another low quality, yep. Alright, well, one earring's better than none. I'm glad we got to see it. That's what we came here for. We got one of them. We need 4 total. But one will have to do for now. And hopefully, perhaps we'll stay around here for a little while. Let's hit this guy just once. There we go. I'm gonna root that one. And slow it. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Now when this guy's getting low, I think I'm just gonna pull the other one with the slow, and I'll fight it at first for just a hot minute here. Alright, let's do that. That was perfect pull right there. Perfect. Oh, it looks like Wolfdar's lost regeneration. It's regen time. Alright. We have as well. Oh, jeez. I'm slipping. No wonder I feel like I had so much mana. It's because I was falling behind on buffs. Regen's a big one, too. And it's rather frequent. Relatively speaking. Alright, cleared out this whole hill right quick. There's probably a couple more out here somewhere, right, though? I mean, it couldn't have been everybody. Yep, there's one. Let's pull him with the slow and sick the pet. I love how the pet gets aggro really nicely. With the enchanter, I just sick the pet, and if I'm sitting down, the mob comes at me. So I don't know what the difference is. But there seems to be one. So anyway, you've heard me talk about what my mind's been mulling over, especially the tariffs, more so than the UK thing. And if you think there's something that I'm unaware of or I'm not thinking of, blind
Looks
spot,
like
please
the old train will be running again.
feel free to share in the comments. What train?
Train that goes by my house. It ain't been running since Obama.
Dang. So what changed? Something with the tariffs or something?
What changed is Trump's in there, and we're opening up mines again. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was just talking into the camera about the tariffs. I got into a little talk about it with my coworkers today. I don't know very much, so mostly was just listening.
mostly it's just I made Trump saying, "You're gonna do this or else."
Well, there was something about it being reciprocal tariffs, right? Like, so they were already tariffing us, is that what it is? And we're just doing an equal tariff? Or it's more than that, right?
Yeah, no, we were getting more tariffs. They weren't getting hardly anything. Like we were getting charged.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had tariffed us, and so Trump's like reciprocal now, right? But it seems like some of our tariffs are really high. They must be more than what the other country was imposing on us, right?
Yeah.
Tariff against who?
Oh, against everybody, right?
Everybody.
No, but we're talking about as they. So I'm asking.
uh, like another country.
Yeah, I think he's claiming to be a United States citizen. What?
Uh-oh, I'm done.
Well, just keep running. Come back around. Come to me. Hit again.
Just root him. Just root him.
Okay.
Well, it's about that time anyway. Let me slow him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Root broke, huh?
That's what you were saying, all right. You're talking about the United States.
Yeah, like for example, my coworkers are like tariffs are not good for business. It's just a bad idea. You know, and I kind of agree with that. Like, just let people trade is more my thing. But if they're tariffing us, and because I guess their logic is, oh, you're such a developed
Right.
country that you can afford to pay the tariffs, right? And but we're not tariffing them. It's kind of like, well, it's
It's
not
like
such a
now.
bad thing to get a fair deal. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Free trade. You want to do free trade? That's fine. That's great.
Yeah, let's all do it
It's
then.
not. It's not the same.
Yeah. That's what I'm. That was my thing. I was like, but if they, so his argument is against tariffs, right? And therefore Donald
Yeah.
Trump should not tariff. But it's like, if they're already tariffing us, then that argument doesn't apply just to Donald Trump's tariffs. You know what I mean? That argument applies to
Yes.
all the tariffs. And since they are imposing tariffs on us, we have to consider some other line of thought because, you know, you got to be fair. I mean, come on. You can't just say because we've been doing it for so long, we should just keep doing it. Now, unless you come at it from a different angle, like not principled, like not fair, like, well, this was the other argument. Well, America, like, they can't produce anything anymore. They don't have the skill, they don't have the workers, or even the will to do it. And
Bullshit.
yeah,
That's
that's
bullshit.
yeah, I think that's bullshit too. I think we could. I think the best argument against the tariffs is that um, they're not going to work because nobody's going to move their business back to America, take all that cost, you know, remaking a factory in America and closing a factory down over there, if this could just be reversed in 2 or 4 years. You know, that's the big flaw with the whole thing. But again, it's just a negotiating tactic overall, probably.
I think the negotiating tactic could be, hey, guess what? We're shutting our whole country down. Nothing's coming in or out of here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you make the tariffs high enough, that's pretty much, you know.
Well, that's good. That's what we want.
Yeah. The problem is people are whining because it's hurting them in the short term, you know.
Tough
For,
shit.
yeah, that's how I felt towards one of my coworkers because the other night he was complaining, "Oh, my stocks are crashing. This is a historic moment. It's a historic moment. You should see the stock market right now." I was like, "Dude, every 5 years is another fucking historic moment. It's a historic moment for you because you just lost a good chunk of your retirement savings, you know." But
Hmm.
that's not a good argument for whether or not the tariffs are good, you know.
Yeah. What about people over here that can't even pay their damn bills at
Yeah, like
all?
we work in a kindergarten. It's like, you know, you should be totally familiar with the idea of like short-term pain for long-term benefit, you know, because you gotta tell kids they can't always get what you want, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. I think everyone's just pissed because they're all middle, you know, middle class, you know, American. And they're like, what the British guy who I work with, he's like, this is just how the world works. Like after you get developed, you stop producing things, you become a service-based economy. I'm like, wait. You just because you say that like it's how things work doesn't mean it's a good thing. Like for me, like I don't understand enough about economics to really say anything, but my instinct is if you're not producing anything, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
might be you
You
might be
are.
you might be floating on your laurels from the past, but that's gonna peter out, you know? And then what's gonna happen? But they're like, no, that's just how things work. They'll start doing the production and we do the service and we provide them with higher services. And it's like, but the jobs you're talking about, higher services, the ratio of those jobs to the other pool of jobs is like, you know, like 1 to 10 or 1 to 50, right? Like not everyone can be the tech guy at the computer. For every tech guy at the computer, there's got to be like 100 people who are actually doing real work. You know what I mean? And it's like I feel
Yeah.
like you're not even thinking about the lower class when you're saying this.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say anything else because they weren't gonna. I don't know anything, so I just sound like an idiot. So I'm just like, all right, well, I just took it in and digested it, and I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah. So if that's the way it ends up, it'd be great. As far as I'm concerned, in 2 years, this country will be completely turned around.
We'll see what happens. I don't know, dude. This stuff's so crazy right now. I just heard about this reporter who uncovered this incredible cover up in the UK of like this crazy like Muslim teenager who was like threatening and hitting girls in his school and stuff and like cutting them with knives. And then he threatened some kid's he said he's like, I'm gonna rape your two 9-year-old sisters. So that kid got his friends and they held him down, and all they did is they took a bottle of water and they poured it on his face, like waterboarding. They didn't even hit him. You know what I mean? And then the media
Yeah.
spun it like he was a racist. Did you hear about this story?
Yeah.
And yeah, and I was like, this is blowing my fucking mind that this happened, and then the authorities they effectively silenced everybody, either with money or blackmail that the opposing council did, and then the authorities as well. And it's like, and then this reporter tries to tell people about it, and they threaten him with jail time, and he releases the documentary anyway, and now he's in jail. And it's like, oh my god, and it must be backfiring on them now because, you know, Jordan Peterson interviewed the guy, and I think it got out, and they're probably like, fuck, like now they look so bad. But the fact that they even tried that, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I thought we had stuff going crazy over here with the, you know, ideological stuff we got going on, but that's even. I'm glad I don't live in the UK. That's like some real scary potential there because they're like openly trying to. They're openly saying they intend to take over the country. You know what I mean? And it's.
Uh,
Oh,
no kidding. That's what
right?
they do. And you just let them in there.
Then they just let him. They just let him. It blows my mind.
And it's like, we're not saving you this time. We're tired of this shit. It's your problem.
Well, they continue to. They didn't. They're not even asking us to save them, right? They're like. They're supporting the. They're covering up for them. It seems like. I mean, I don't know. I don't hear very much news. So who knows? Maybe I'm just getting a snippet of like some really extreme cases, and there's other stuff happening I'm not aware of where they are, combating it, but doesn't
Yeah,
seem
and
good.
there's idiots. They're idiots. They think they're gonna. Do they think they're gonna come out on top on this? They're stupid.
I feel like they must just be getting short-term personal gains for themselves, like in their political career or whatever, pandering to.
And then
They're just
you won't
pandering.
have no political career. If they take over, you're gonna be dead meat.
Yeah.
They will cut your damn head off.
But will it even get to that point? I think if it really got to the point where they try to take over, they just call in their own freaking army, their own special forces, and they could still muscle it back. I
I
think.
doubt it.
Jeez.
Not when the U.S. goes bye bye. Let's see you.
I think we would bail them out though if it got really bad.
I don't think we should.
I don't think we should bail them out, but I think we could help militaristically if they needed that. Like if it was actual like needed boots on the ground to like fight in the
No
streets.
boots. No more boots. No more boots.
Damn. Let's hope it doesn't get there.
That's where it's going. But
Yeah, I know.
no
I
more
know.
boots. Not helping.
So any of you who obviously
They did it. They did it to themselves.
I have slightly right-leaning tendencies, so I apologize if
Right.
apologize for
I'm gonna
talking about
get going.
politics at all. Yeah, I should get going too. All right,
All right, man.
catch you next time.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. That was fun. Yeah, I'm sorry for talking about politics, and if you disagree with me, please let me know why. Like I said, it's a huge issue that I haven't put much effort into studying, and I won't. So that's where somebody who has can hear the holes and whatever it is I don't know or I'm missing or not considering, and specifically offer that information. That's the beauty of AI, right? The reason AI is so great is because when you don't understand something, AI can identify what you don't know and provide you the knowledge that you need and also explain it to you in a way that you can understand. It's like a personal assistant. And that's really the best way to learn new things, unless it's skewed, right? Unless it's trying to influence your opinion one way or the other. Um, Point being, like, I probably get a much wider and more detailed idea of what's happening from people hearing me talking and then telling me, well, you're not considering this, and what you don't understand is this, versus like me going and trying to watch a bunch of videos and read a bunch of articles, you know. So please, I know people shy away from talking about politics and stuff, but if you feel compelled to say anything with me, um, I'm totally open to it, even if you think it might be against whatever position you think I might hold in the matter. Um, as long as we're speaking in good faith, I'd like to hear whatever you feel you would like to say. Gosh, you have to be so careful around this stuff, man. Didn't always used to be like that. But I don't blame that on anybody. I think there's seasons for these kinds of things. You know, people tend to think that we escape the cycle of nature, but that doesn't seem like a very intelligent idea. So even though we think we're doing this and that and we're so special, I think that we go through these cycles of like winter, summer, spring, fall. We have cycles of discontent, and they're just part of nature, actually. And we always think that we're going to be better and it's never going to happen again because now we're enlightened. But, you know, we used to think we were so enlightened. Now look at us again, right? So I think it's best to just realize that these things happen. What is born must die. What goes up comes down. So we're entering an interesting period. So I'm mostly just watching, you know. Makes for a good show. Alright. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.